Welcome back to another episode of Boxing Resume.
Which means we're going to review the level of competition that Terence Bud Crawford has faced.
Well, I can hoop. I'm probably still better than you at hooping as well. But I'm definitely
You ain't better than me in nothing.
Darts.
And talking, that's it.
Talking?
So you talk a good game. You ain't
Darts.
better than me in nothing.
Darts.
Nothing.
Darts.
Nothing.
Darts.
Today.
You're very nervous today. I don't know
For
what's wrong
what?
with you.
I've been here.
Your energy's all off.
I've been here.
I'm worried about you on Saturday.
Last
Seriously.
time I
don't think
recall-
you're taking this fight right.
I'm 3-0 against you, sir.
That doesn't matter.
3-0.
One was against Ricky Burns. You were 135 pounds. Who was
That's
that
your
one?
best champion.
Dongo?
That's your best champion.
That was your hardest fight.
That's your best
That
champion.
was your hardest fight. Guess
Why would
what?
you disrespect
This is
your
gonna
best
be,
champion?
This is going to be your hardest fight Saturday.
That's your best champion.
Yeah,
Why would
115,
you disrespect
113. Should have been a draw.
Never.
See the scorecards?
See, man, where Ricky at, man? I like Ricky,
So do
dude.
I.
Where Ricky
115,
at? Man, you
113.
disrespectful.
You robbed him in Scotland.
You disrespectful.
You robbed him in Scotland.
I robbed him.
The first guy worthy of mentioning is British Prescott. This guy could really punch. Prescott had wins over Amir Khan and Richard Abril. He did lose to Miguel Vasquez, but overall, dangerous opponent. Good win for Crawford. After that, he fought Alejandro Sanabria. Now, I almost didn't put him in the list, but he had an impressive-looking resume, and he also had a win over Rocky Juarez, who I really respect. So, yeah. Now, Andre Kilmov, he had a good win right before fighting Crawford against John Molina, and he was undefeated. But unfortunately, he didn't amount to much after this fight. Crawford got his first shot at the WBO World Lightweight title when he defeated Ricky Burns, a respectable champion, and also gained another title after winning this. So he's a two-time champion. Yuriorkis Gamboa was definitely a big deal and the toughest opponent Crawford ever fought. He was an Olympic gold medalist, Cuban, world champion, undefeated, and Crawford, even though he had his toughest fight, he did pull off a knockout victory. Good for Crawford. Raimundo Beltran, another dangerous opponent with a deadly left hook. He did lose this fight, but Raimundo Beltran did become a world champion after. Thomas Delorme was a Puerto Rican prospect with a big, amateur pedigree. So this was a good fight. Thomas Delorme is very skilled, and he gave Crawford a hard fight. But Crawford was able to catch him in the 7th round and score a big knockout. Derry Jean was another solid guy. He only had one loss to former world champion Lamont Peterson. So it was another solid victory for Crawford. Henry Lundy, a.k.a. Hank Lundy, another solid guy. Not a world beater, and Crawford was definitely supposed to win this fight. Very entertaining, and Crawford got an impressive knockout. Victor Postol was an undefeated world champion who got a big win over Lucas Matisse, but Crawford was just too much, gave him a beatdown. And a lot of people felt like Victor Postol might be the one to actually beat Crawford. In hindsight, it's so sad to think about it because Crawford put a performance and it was just a one-sided beatdown. After he fought John Molina Jr., a dangerous puncher who came off of a big win over Mickey Bay. Then came Felix Diaz, a very talented Dominican fighter with a good amateur pedigree. He only had one loss to Lamont Peterson, had some good respectable wins, but I don't think he fought again after Crawford put the beats on him. Then came Julius Ndongo. Now this was a big fight because it was for the Undisputed Championship at 140 pounds. Julius Ndongo wasn't known. He was an undefeated guy. He got a title shot against Ricky Burns and pulled off a huge upset. So even though Julius Ndongo himself is not the most impressive fighter, he was a good fighter who was a world champion, and Crawford collected all the belts. Crawford then moved up to the 147-pound division, the welterweight division, and faced Jeff Horn, the WBO world champion, who had just finished beating Manny Pacquiao. So this was a good win for Terence Crawford, and he gained another world title in the third weight class. In his first defense, he fights Jose Benavidez Jr., the brother of David Benavidez, the Mexican monster. Now, Jose's biggest win is Mauricio Herrera, which is a decent win, but he was undefeated, so he got the title shot, and Crawford scored a knockout in the last round. Then came Amir Khan, a veteran, former world champion, but Crawford was just too much. He put the beats on Amir Khan. Kavaliauskas was an undefeated prospect with a lot of knockout power. He knocked out David Adenisian. He had a win over Juan Carlos Abregu and a draw with Ray Robinson. So this was a dangerous fight. Crawford did hit the canvas. Luckily, they didn't count it, but it wouldn't matter because Crawford scored another knockout. Kell Brooks is a two-time world champion, a veteran, and he gave Sean Porter his first loss. So it was a good look, and it was an impressive knockout victory for Terence Bud Crawford. Ironically, Sean Porter was the next opponent. He beat and even knocked out Sean Porter. Very impressive since Terence Bud Crawford is the only man to ever stop Sean Porter. David Adenisian was a stay busy fight. David is a very solid guy, awkward style, but this was just for Crawford to stay busy because he didn't get the Errol Spence fight. And then comes the Errol Spence fight. Terence Bud Crawford shocked the world when he dominated Errol Spence Jr. and got the late stoppage, becoming undisputed in his second weight class. Israil Madrimov was his last fight. This was a close fight. A lot of people don't know who Israil is, but he's a talented fighter. He was the world champion at the time, and Terence Bud Crawford got his world title in a fourth weight class. No, let me see. Light, 140, 47, and 154. 4 weight classes. Yep. Now it's time to rate or grade the career. So we see all his significant fights. He was willing to fight others. Like he wanted to fight Thurman. Thurman was ducking. I feel like even Danny Garcia was ducking. So this could have been a better resume, but he did fight a lot of the top guys. He did win impressively as well, even though we're not really judging the entire skill set. We're really just judging who did he fight, who did he beat. Because in order to be the real deal, it doesn't matter about how many knockouts you get. It's really about who did you beat. And he made the best of his career. He did get a lot of good wins against Kell Brooks and Errol Spence, Crawford. Crawford is a dog, and he is the pound-for-pound king of boxing right now. I'm going to give this a A- grade. There's a little room for improvement, obviously. I think he has a couple of fights left. And Canelo Alvarez, most likely, will be next. So, guys, tell me what you think. Do you feel like this is a fair grade? Do you think he deserves better or less? Give me some feedback. Get involved. Interact with your boy. Let me know. Peace out, y'all.
Now don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. Peace.